Hello, friends! There was a powerful mafia boss who ruled the streets of New York with an iron fist. Dane was Don Vito Corleone, feared by many, respected by some. He had it all: money, power, influence. But behind closed doors, his family was falling apart. The Don had 5 children with his wife, but only 3 survived to adulthood. The eldest, Santino, was a hothead. He inherited his father's looks, but not his brains. Sonny was impulsive and violent, always ready to spill blood, but never thinking about the consequences. Then there was Frito, the middle child, weak and insecure. Sonny got married and had a son, leaving his father-in-law to raise the kid. Frito also settled down, marrying a local girl and starting a construction business. Michael, meanwhile, went to college and became an accountant, working for the family business. Unlike his brothers, Frito didn't like violence or taking risks. It happened during a meeting with a rival gang. Frito was supposed to be handling the logistics of the meeting, but he panicked and called the cops. Frito stammered, trying to explain that he was scared, but Michael wasn't having it. He was ruthless and efficient, expanding the empire to new heights. Under his rule, the family became even more powerful and wealthy than before. On the other end was a man he hadn't spoken to in years, a childhood friend named Luca Brasi. "Michael," the man said, "I believe your father is trying to send you a message. Don't ever try to betray me," he said coldly, "or you will never see the sun rise again." He started having nightmares about his father, who would appear to him in his dreams and scold him for the things he was doing. The rival gang was arrested, but Sonny was killed in the shootout. She had no idea that he was involved in the family business. They had grown accustomed to the power and wealth they had enjoyed under Michael's leadership, and they didn't want it to end. In particular, Connie and Frito were furious, confronted Michael, and demanded that he give them back control of the family business. "And what makes you think you're so special? You're nothing but a traitor." I guess that depends on who's asking the question. You want to know who the real traitors are? Look no further than your own reflection, Connie. You and Frito have been traitors to our family for years. You've been plotting against each other, scheming, backstabbing. There's no loyalty, no trust. And now you come to me and accuse me of being a traitor? With that, Michael decided to change his ways. Preferred staying in the shadows, minding his own business. "All I want is to be free of this family, to live a normal life." They had never thought of themselves as traitors, but now that Michael had pointed it out, they couldn't deny the truth. He had kept in touch with her over the years and had grown close to her. Now he was hoping that she could help him escape the family business. He also began to pull back from the family business, handing over the reins to his trusted associates. But then came Michael, the youngest son. He was the apple of his father's eye, intelligent, ambitious, and level-headed. The family was broken beyond repair and the empire was crumbling, the victim of a mob hit ordered by Connie. Connie himself was later arrested and sent to prison, where he died of a heart attack. Only Mary lived on, running a small bed and breakfast in a quiet town. She had never forgotten Michael, the kind, gentle soul she had once loved. She often wondered what had become of him, and hoped that he had found peace. Michael was the one who could carry on the family business after Vito grew old. As he lay dying, he called all his sons to his bedside except for Frito. "But I know I can't keep doing this. It's not who I am." "He wants you to know that he loves you," Brasi said, "but he believes you've gone too far." Gave up his fortune, his power, his influence, and disappeared from public view. Connie and Frito, meanwhile, were left to fight over the remains of the empire. "You are my oldest and my youngest," he said to Sonny and Michael. "I'll set you up with a guy I know. He's got a good job, a nice house. You'll be taken care of. He says you've become too powerful and too dangerous. You have been trained for this life. One day it will be yours. But remember, never, never let anyone, not even me, force you to do something that goes against your principles." Don Vito had a 6th child with one of his mistresses, a girl named Mary. He kept her existence a secret from his wife and sons, fearing that it would disrupt the delicate balance of power he had so carefully constructed. Michael, on the other hand, was cool and calculating. He knew when to strike and when to hold back, qualities that made him a natural leader. The family grew, and so did their criminal empire. Mary grew up in secrecy, knowing only that she had a half-brother named Michael. One day, Vito was shot by a rival gang. With that, the old man closed his eyes forever. Sonny took over the family business, but his hot temper often got him into trouble. But just as Sonny was at the peak of his power, he was betrayed by his own brother. Frito Michael was furious when he heard about it. He confronted Frito and asked him why he had betrayed them. After Sonny's death, Michael took over the family business. But Michael was a changed man. He was haunted by the sins of his family, the lives they had ruined, the people they had hurt. One night, Michael was awoken in the middle of the night by a phone call. Michael frowned. "What do you mean?" he asked. "He wants you to know that he's disappointed in you," Brasi replied. Michael hung up the phone and went back to sleep. But the next night he got another call from Brasi. This time, Michael listened. He knew that his father was trying to reach him, trying to guide him, trying to save him from himself. Or started by making amends with the people he had wronged, giving them money, helping them out, trying to make up for what he had done. But his family wasn't happy about it. "You can't do that," Michael said calmly. "It's not mine to give." "Oh yeah," Connie sneered. "Am I?" Michael asked, his voice cold. Connie and Frito were speechless. Michael continued, "I'm not like you. I don't want this life. I want the power, the money, the influence." With that, Michael left them and went to see Mary. "Mary," he said, "I need your help." "What is it?" she asked. "I want to get out," he said. "I want to leave this life behind." "How can I help?" she asked. "I want you to marry someone else, start a new life." "But what about you?" she asked. "What are you going to do?" "I'm not sure," he said. And so it was that Michael finally broke free of the family business. In the end, it didn't matter. Years later, an aging Frito was found drowned in a pool.